Hello everyone, my name is Somi and this is her Invisible Prowess. Thank you so much for tuning in today's collective reading. And yeah, today I'm definitely getting a sense to download that someone's been dragging their feet in being forthcoming with you to finally get on the same page, get into some sort of alignment, making amends with you, okay? But you've been equally, if not one more than the other, on each other's mind here, and you cannot get over it. And you may be slightly moving on, but this person's deep burning desire is just becoming more strong and stronger the more time passes by. So let's see what else is coming through here. I'm going to be starting with the Dead Inside Oracle deck. I feel like things have been very, very stagnant, quite dead, literally. Um, and I have here bottom the deck, being too much again. So something about each other, you trigger each other deeply, okay? And as far as this person, one person may be much more confident than the other, and you easily highlight each other's insecurities because your strengths are each other's weaknesses and your weaknesses are each other's strengths. And that's how you mirror back to each other. You have this yin and yang dynamic about you. And one may be too much, meaning that they're very, very confident, they're very bold, and that's a very polarizing effect that you have on other people at times. And other people do not have the same capacity or have the same bandwidth to meet that type of energy, okay? So they literally have to step up. We have thought it was a vibe. We have red flags, fantasy, and false hope. Followed by still not over it. And Mercury did it. I'm laughing, sorry. Yeah, so this person, perhaps at first thought, I had to unzip my jacket because it's getting a little warm, but nonetheless, when you first met each other, there was definitely sparks flying in the air, there's chemistry in the air, okay, it's this very, very mentally stimulating conversation, and you really thought it was a vibe at first when you first officially met each other, had your first proper conversation with one another, not really knowing what was next. And that's exactly what happened. There wasn't anything that was next, unlike what you were anticipating here, okay, collective. There was definitely sorry. There was definitely red flags coming from this person, and I just stuttered. So I feel like I'm getting the sense that this person is deeply anxious, okay? Something about your energy makes them feel what's the right word, not secure. You make them really, really nervous. That's the word I'm looking for. You make them feel very anxious. They don't quite know how to act, how to relax when you're in each other's presence. Okay, they don't know the words to say. They're literally tongue tied. Okay, they do not know how to act. They don't know how to behave. They don't know how to breathe, maybe even. Okay, but altogether, despite the distance, despite the no contact situation, they are still not over you. They have deep regrets, deep feelings towards you. They're mentally like revisiting past memories of you have of each other, past conversations. I can see them rereading your texts, rereading your old messages, conversations, and they're also mentally rehearsing. I think this person is very much a chronic overthinker, okay? They're mentally rehearsing things that they could say to you in your face if the opportunity allowed them, okay? There's definitely a lot of lack in communication. I don't think it's much anymore miscommunication, but it's just a lack of communication. There's so many excuses, interferences, maybe, that this person has allowed to play out, that has definitely been in between the two of you. But whatever transpired, okay, there's just not enough closure here. There's no solid closure here. It's definitely feeling very much unfinished business, open ending, and yeah, I feel like, yeah, you're equally in each other's back. You're equally at the back of each other's mind. Okay. And this person, okay, when it comes to emotions and expressing them and being vulnerable, okay, this is their weakness. This is literally their blind spot, okay? They definitely have the tendency to be shutting down, resisting these feelings. So they often resort to stonewalling, breadcrumbing, and whatever friendships and social relationships that they have around them. They definitely felt built the comfort zone of having these situations and dynamics to be at a very, very surface level. Okay, they're deeply afraid of going much deeper, beyond the surface level. And that's what's deeply challenging about this specific connection, because it requires them to deep dive, okay, and go into these depths, the richness, the fullness, okay, of everything that's been surfacing beneath, okay. Let's see what else. Actually, yeah. We have trying not to lose it. We have tension, suppressed rage, and pressure. Yeah, a lot of things are like just building up between the two of you, and this person may have been able to bypass some certain defenses that you normally have when it comes to romantic relationships. And for a time, you definitely entertained it, you overextended yourself, you overgave, okay? And this person kind of relied on that overextension, overgiving energy to bridge the gap between the two of you, until you had to draw the line that, of course, this unreciprocal energy give and take is no longer viable. And you absolutely knew that this was not long term sustainable, okay, for the both of you, for any of you, really. Yeah, this person definitely realizes about your connection that there's a lot of inner work that is much overdue, okay? For this to even work, they need to do this, okay? Dodging growth like it's homework. This person is deeply afraid of change. They're deeply afraid of getting hurt. They definitely have trust issues. They have a lot of emotional baggage that they need to work through, okay, for any kind of reunion to even be possible at this time. Um, yeah, like I mentioned, they're rereading old messages like a novelist. This is what they don't want you to know. They are low key obsessed with you, okay? I definitely sense this higher level kind of soulmate energy, strong psychic connection here. And this person is deeply, deeply um, trying every possible avenue to distract themselves, burying themselves with work, with other social gatherings, social settings, partying even. I can see them posting social media stories of them partying, attending events, trying to fill their schedule as much as humanly possible, all in an effort to literally forget about you and move on and finally let go. But something about this connection keeps pulling them in, and it's very unusual for this person, for this particular person, to feel sorry, my cards keep falling. Maybe this person is definitely like very, very jittery energy here. um I lost my train of my train of thought. Yeah, something keeps pulling this person back in, and it's this unexplainable magnetizing energy, this attraction towards you. I'm gonna be going next into unspoken truth, and yeah, so We have first card here. If love had a weight, would you still carry it? So this particular connection, okay, it's definitely cerebral. It's very, very what's the word? Insidious, I could say. It definitely has its baggages. Um, yeah, and both of you are being heavily, heavily tested at this time. And how far are you going to be able to commit in terms of um, choosing the path that is less traveled, okay? And literally trusting your gut instinct, your heart intuition to make the right decision here. Let's see what else. Okay, what else tonight? Let's see what else we have. Ooh. We have here, time healed me, but it didn't erase you. And that's exactly what I'm saying. So no matter how much time has passed for this person, maybe not necessarily you, the divine feminine, for the divine masculine, okay, I feel like they're finally learning the lesson that no matter how much time have passed, even though you are in no contact at all whatsoever, you're not in talking terms, you are someone that they can forget ever, 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 ever. And we have here, losing you taught me love isn't about possession. Yes. So this person, okay, the way that they've stonewalled you and keep you at an arm's distance is their way of trying to control the situation, trying to control how much can transpire between the two of you by putting you at an arm's length, which literally became an obstacle, okay? They're definitely learning some very, very valuable lessons when it comes to romantic relationships, when it comes to romantic connections, okay? The walls that they've built so hard to protect themselves is the same walls that's literally imprisoning them like a caged bird, okay? They're meant to fly, they're meant to experience rich love, depths, and fullness, okay, without limitations, okay? And that's exactly the problem here. They have been trying to keep this in. They've been trying to keep a lid on things, and that creates like some sort of pressure, okay, like a pressure cooker for them, okay? And not in a good way, unfortunately. They're definitely learning that running from your problems will not solve them, okay? They are definitely your classic avoidant. They are the runner in this romantic dynamic here. And this person definitely needed to understand that their self-sabotaging behaviors is not something that belongs in this dynamic relationship for it to even be possible. We have, I keep stepping toward you only to pull away again. Yeah, it's like this little devil literally on their shoulder. They know what they deeply desire within their heart, but their logic, okay, again, that chronic overthinking is trying to keep them safe, okay? Because everything about this connection requires them to step out of their comfort zone and leave behind old baggages, old emotional wounds, um, negative associations that they may have still lingering in the back of their mind when it comes to romantic relationships. And they definitely ask themselves, do you still think of them? Do you also miss them? Okay. And we have here, wow, you gave me the sweetest dream and the hardest reality. Wow. Yeah. You have no idea, but this person deeply, deeply cares about you. They are quietly devoted to you. Maybe they've tried to move on from this, as you also have tried to move on from this, maybe seeking other connections, but none of them will quite feel the way that you make each other feel. something about your attention feels very, very valuable and very precious to this person. I can literally see them pulling all the stops as far as trying to get your attention, maybe posting some funny content online to get your attention, to get your like, to get your comment, whatever it is, maybe get your literal attention, okay? Anytime that you see their stories, okay, that you would leave some sort of trace, okay, that you did view that story, etc., etc. But something about your attention here, just your attention alone, gives them so much validation, so much acknowledgement, okay? They feel so seen by you. Yeah, so we have here, hearing your name still makes my heart race. You do things for this person, and you don't even know how much you deeply, deeply impact each other, to the point that it's actually scaring the hell out of this person, okay? Let's see what else is going on in here. But yeah, this person, this type of love is exactly what scares the hell out of them. It's all consuming. It's very, very magnetic and very powerful. And that's exactly what scared them away. It's not so much you, but it's the way you make them feel. And they may think that they're running away from you, but really they're running away from themselves. Okay? They're a part of them already internalizes a part of you, and that's what they're scared of. Yeah, we have runner here. Okay, I don't want to run anymore. Yes, this person, they're tired of running. This effort of running away, it's taking more energy, it's depleting and draining more of their energy than just surrendering to the powerful magnetism of your guys' dynamic here. We have time and unsatisfied. A lot of time has passed. They're deeply, deeply worried that you have already moved on, okay? And their deepest fear is definitely permanently losing you, okay? That they've wasted too much time, too much distance, okay? To finally get a move on this connection. We have unsatisfied. I wasn't happy the way things were going. Let's see what else. Yeah, we have escape. I left when things got hard. Yeah, and we have absence. I feel like a part of me is missing without you. And let's see. Wow. We have reunion and commitment. Ooh. Yeah, so like I mentioned, this very much feels like there is some sort of coming back, okay? Because you have a soul contract. And this soul connection is equally what you guys feel already for each other, okay? In this second time of coming back around, this definitely heralds a brand new beginning for the each of you, okay? And of course, they definitely realize that they have to make amends, they have to come clean, they have to deliver the apology of how poorly they treated you, okay? And yeah, oh my god, I say and it comes out. So some sort of communication is definitely coming in from this person, okay? And they're gonna literally reveal all their cards, reveal their hand. They're gonna put it all on the table. They're gonna put their heart on the line, okay? I miss our inside jokes. And this conversation that's been long overdue, long awaited, will very much feel like an unveiling of everything that you've always known. I feel like collective here is definitely intuitive, intuitive, okay? And yeah, so I think I'm gonna end the reading here. If you like this reading, please give this video a like. Everything is an energy exchange. You can book your private one-on-one readings with me. All the description is in the detailed box below. And have a good one. Bye.